Seniors, stop. These 4 vitamins you trust to keep you healthy, they might be the very reason your testosterone is dropping faster than it should. You eat well, you sleep enough. You walk daily and take your supplements like clockwork, but you still feel tired, foggy, or not quite like yourself. The truth is, it may not be aging. It may not be stress. It could be what's inside that little bottle of health you take every morning. I'm talking about testosterone, the hormone that drives your energy, your strength, your clarity, and your confidence. After 60, it naturally declines. But recent studies reveal that certain common vitamins, yes, even the ones labeled silver or for men over 50, can actually suppress testosterone further by interfering with key hormone signals or nutrient absorption. In this video, we'll count down the 4 most misleading vitamins for men over 60, ones that sound healthy but may be quietly wrecking your hormone health. One of them is found in nearly every daily multivitamin. Another has been shown to block testosterone production by up to 35% in just a few months. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Are you taking any daily vitamins right now? Have you ever felt tired, foggy, or low on drive, even though your diet and sleep seem fine? Drop your age and your experience in the comments below. And if you've ever wondered whether your supplements were helping or quietly making things worse, type 1 in the comments so we know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss these deep dive videos. They might just save your hormones. All right, let's count down the 4 worst vitamins for testosterone after 60. And number 2 on this list. It might just be in your cabinet right now. Let's start with a vitamin that sounds helpful but might be quietly doing harm: vitamin A. We've all heard how important it is, good for your eyes, your skin, your immune system. And that's true when it comes from food like carrots, sweet potatoes, or leafy greens. But when it comes from a synthetic version like retinoid palmitate, which is added to most multivitamins for seniors, that's when problems begin. You see, synthetic vitamin A isn't like the kind you get from food. It doesn't wait for your body to decide what to use. It goes straight into storage, whether you need it or not. Think of it like pouring water into a jug that's already full. Once it overflows, the water spills and starts damaging everything around it. That's exactly what happens inside your body. Too much synthetic vitamin A gets stored in your liver. And when levels get too high, it starts interfering with hormone signals, especially the ones responsible for making testosterone. This hormone isn't just about sex drive. It helps you build muscle, stay mentally sharp, have steady energy, and feel like yourself. But when excess vitamin A clogs up the system, your body starts getting the wrong message, like a phone line full of static. Your brain says, hold off on testosterone, even when your body badly needs it. In fact, a 2018 study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging followed older men who were taking just 5,000 IU of synthetic vitamin A daily, often from regular multivitamins or eye supplements. After 6 months, their testosterone levels dropped by 12 to 17%. That kind of drop can leave you feeling more tired in the morning, slower on your walks, or even emotionally flat for no obvious reason. Take Dennis, a 68-year-old retired teacher who loved gardening and playing piano. He came to us saying, "I'm doing everything I can, but I just feel off lately. Low energy, low drive, I don't feel like myself." He wasn't on any medications. He ate well, slept decently, but he was taking 2 supplements, a multivitamin for men over 50 and a separate eye support pill. Both had retinoid palmitate, and together he was getting over 8,000 IU of vitamin A every single day. We asked him to stop those pills immediately and shift to food-based sources of vitamin A, like steamed carrots, pumpkin soup, sautéed spinach, and a few egg yolks per week. Why food? Because when vitamin A comes from plants, it's in the form of beta-carotene. And here's the magic. Your body only converts it to active vitamin A when it actually needs it. No overload, no build-up, no hormone disruption. 4 months later, Dennis came back smiling. His energy had improved, his motivation returned, and his testosterone numbers had climbed nearly 20% with no medication. So here's what you can do. First, check your supplement label. If you see retinoid palmitate or retinoid acetate, that's the synthetic form, best avoided unless prescribed. Second, rely on real food. Just half a cup of cooked carrots or sweet potatoes gives you all the vitamin you need safely. And third, remember this rule: too much of a good thing stops being good. Just like adding too much salt ruins the whole soup, adding too much synthetic vitamin can ruin your body's delicate hormone balance. In men over 60, protecting testosterone isn't just about what you do, it's also about what you stop doing. And cutting out the wrong kind of vitamin A might be the first, simplest step. Next up is a vitamin that's often called the sunshine vitamin, and for good reason. Vitamin D supports strong bones, immune function, and even mood. In fact, many men over 60 are told they're low in vitamin D and should start supplementing. But here's where the story gets risky. Vitamin D is essential, but too much of it, especially from supplements, can backfire. And one of the most overlooked side effects is how it can interfere with your body's ability to produce testosterone. Here's a simple way to think about it. Vitamin D is like a seasoning in your food. Just the right amount brings out the best. But add too much, and the whole meal becomes unbalanced. In your body, that imbalance can show up in the form of high calcium levels in the blood, kidney strain, and most importantly, disruption to your hormone-producing glands. You see, vitamin D plays a role in regulating calcium. But when levels get too high, the extra calcium can start clogging up your system, like hard water building up in old pipes. It affects your pituitary gland, your adrenal glands, and your testes, the three areas that work together to keep testosterone stable. In 2020, researchers in European urology studied men over 60 who were taking high doses of vitamin D, over 10,000 IU per day. That's a common amount in many megadose supplements, sold online or suggested in Facebook groups. After 12 weeks, these men had testosterone levels drop by up to 19%, while their stress hormone cortisol went up. Why? Because the body was under internal pressure, fighting to regulate calcium, inflammation, and hormone balance all at once. Let me tell you about Larry, a 72-year-old retired electrician. He wasn't feeling his best: low stamina, trouble sleeping, foggy thinking. A friend suggested he try a high-dose vitamin D supplement, 50,000 IU, once a week, which is sometimes prescribed short-term, but often misused as a long-term fix. After 3 months, Larry came back feeling worse, irritable, tired, and anxious. Blood work showed his vitamin D was sky high. His testosterone had dropped below normal, and his calcium levels were borderline toxic. We stopped the megadose immediately. Instead, we shifted him to a modest 2,000 IU daily, combined with magnesium and vitamin K2, two nutrients that help vitamin D do its job properly without flooding the system. The results? Within 8 weeks, Larry's testosterone levels began climbing. His mood stabilized. He started sleeping better. The old Larry was back, and all it took was a smarter approach. Here's what you can do to protect yourself. First, get tested. Vitamin D isn't something you should guess about. Ask your doctor to check your levels. The sweet spot, between 40 and 60 ng/ml. Second, avoid megadose supplements unless medically prescribed. For most men over 60, 2,000 to 4,000 IU per day is safe and effective, and never take more than 5,000 IU daily long-term without supervision. Third, pair vitamin D with magnesium, which helps activate it, and vitamin K2, which helps guide calcium to your bones, not your blood vessels. Remember, vitamin D is powerful, but that power can cut both ways. Just like standing in the sun for 15 minutes can lift your mood, but standing there for hours can burn your skin. Too much vitamin D can burn your hormone balance from the inside out. More is not always better. Sometimes, more is just more trouble. Now let's talk about a vitamin that almost everyone believes is good for the heart, the skin, and the immune system: vitamin E. It's true, vitamin E is an antioxidant. It helps fight off free radicals, supports your cells, and keeps inflammation in check. But here's what most people don't know. Not all vitamin E is the same, and the kind found in many multivitamins. The synthetic form, called D-alpha-tocopherol, can quietly throw your testosterone off balance, especially after age 60. Here's a simple way to picture it. Natural vitamin E is like a full fruit salad, full of variety, flavor, and balance. But synthetic D-alpha tocopherol, that's like eating just one piece of canned fruit every day over and over again. It's missing the full picture. It's too much of one thing, and not enough of what your body really needs. Vitamin E isn't just one compound. It's a family of 8 different tocopherols and tocotrienols, each with a role. But synthetic E overwhelms the body with one type and crowds out the others. This imbalance can actually interfere with testosterone production by blocking how your cells use and absorb key nutrients like zinc, a mineral directly involved in making testosterone. A 2012 study from Harvard found that men taking high doses of synthetic vitamin E had lower testosterone levels over time and higher rates of prostate-related complications. Why? Because their hormonal systems were working with an incomplete toolbox, one screwdriver when they needed the whole set. Let me tell you about Donald, a 66-year-old former basketball coach. He was taking 400 IU of vitamin E every morning, believing it would help his heart and circulation. But over time, he noticed something wasn't right. Slower recovery from workouts, less motivation, and a dip in his usual upbeat mood. Blood tests revealed low testosterone and borderline zinc deficiency, despite a decent diet. The culprit, that single ingredient vitamin E, it was pushing out the other forms of E and indirectly blocking how his body used zinc. We made 3 changes. First, we stopped the synthetic supplement. Second, we added a natural E complex with mixed tocopherols and tocotrienols. And third, we had him eat more vitamin E-rich foods like sunflower seeds, almonds, and avocado. Within 2 months, Donald felt sharper, stronger, and more like himself. His testosterone improved. His energy was more stable, and he was surprised how quickly his body responded just by giving it the right kind of help. Here's how you can do the same. First, check your label. If your supplement says D-alpha tocopherol, that's the synthetic kind. Look instead for mixed tocopherols or D-alpha tocopherol. These come from natural sources and are better absorbed. Second, remember, you don't need massive doses. 100-200 IU per day of natural vitamin E is enough for most men. Going beyond that can do more harm than good. Third, focus on food. A small handful of sunflower seeds gives you nearly half your daily vitamin E needs. No pills required. Add in some spinach, olive oil, and a few nuts, and your body gets what it truly recognizes. Vitamin E, when balanced, can be a powerful ally. But when taken in isolation, especially in synthetic form, it can turn into a quiet thief, robbing your hormones of their strength. So don't just take a vitamin because it sounds healthy. Ask, is this the form my body knows how to use? Because after 60, it's not just about adding more. It's about choosing smarter. And now we come to perhaps the most surprising item on the list, the everyday multivitamin, especially those that contain iron. For most people, a multivitamin feels like a safe choice. One pill to cover all the bases. You'll see versions labeled Men's 50+, Silver, or Complete for Seniors. But here's the hidden danger. If your multivitamin contains iron and you're a man over 60, you might be unknowingly sabotaging your testosterone. Let's break it down. Iron is an essential mineral, but unlike vitamins that your body flushes out when there's extra, iron gets stored, especially in the liver, heart, and endocrine glands. Now think of your body like a sponge. When we're young, that sponge needs more water, but after 60, it's already damp and adding more just makes it soggy. In men, excess iron doesn't leave easily. It builds up, and over time, this buildup can lead to oxidative stress, a process that damages the Leydig cells in your testes, which are responsible for making testosterone. A 2016 study published in the Journal of Men's Health found that men over 60 who took daily multivitamins containing 18 mg or more of iron had significantly lower testosterone levels compared to those taking iron-free versions. Even more concerning, their blood ferritin levels, an indicator of stored iron, were abnormally high despite not being anemic. So why is this still added to senior multivitamins? Because many supplement companies don't distinguish between men and women or between younger and older adults. Iron is important for women of childbearing age who often lose it through menstruation. But in older men, it becomes a toxin when oversupplied. Let me tell you about Martin, a 74-year-old retired architect. He was active, enjoyed walking, and took pride in taking care of his health. Every morning he took a popular senior multivitamin, but after a year he began feeling unusually fatigued despite eating well and staying active. When we tested his blood, his testosterone was below normal and his ferritin levels were through the roof. He wasn't anemic, he wasn't bleeding, but the iron from that daily pill had been building up month after month. We made two simple changes. He switched to a multivitamin labeled iron-free, and we added more foods that support testosterone naturally, like pumpkin seeds, oats, and leafy greens rich in magnesium and zinc. 3 months later, his energy returned, his testosterone improved, and his ferritin dropped back into the healthy range, all without any medication. So what can you do? First, check the back of your multivitamin. If you see iron 18 mg or more and you're not iron deficient, stop right there. Ask your doctor for a ferritin test before continuing. Second, choose a men's multivitamin specifically labeled iron-free. These are designed for your stage of life. Third, focus on nutrients that actually support testosterone. Magnesium, zinc, B-complex, vitamin D, and omega-3. These help build and protect hormone balance without the side effects. And one final note, some men think, well, if I donate blood once in a while, I can keep my iron in check. That can help, but it's not a long-term solution if you're taking in more iron every single day from a multivitamin. Because here's the bottom line. You may be doing everything right, eating well, exercising, even supplementing. But if you're feeding your body something it no longer needs, you could be blocking your own progress. And for older men, iron is one of the biggest hidden blockers of hormonal health. So there you have it. 4 vitamins that millions of men over 60 take with the best intentions. Yet each one in the wrong form or wrong dose can slowly chip away at your testosterone. It's easy to fall into the trap of more is better. More vitamins, more strength, more health. But after 60, your body speaks a different language. It values balance over volume and precision over excess. Testosterone isn't just about masculinity. It's about feeling steady, motivated, clear-headed, and alive in your own body. And the truth is, you don't need extreme workouts or expensive hormone treatments to protect it. Sometimes all it takes is knowing what to remove, like switching from synthetic vitamin to food-based beta-carotene, or cutting high-dose vitamin D and pairing it with magnesium and K2, or ditching the iron-loaded multivitamin and replacing it with a blend that fits your age and biology. Small shifts, big results. If you've been feeling tired, off, or not quite yourself, don't ignore it. Look at what you're putting into your body each morning, because those quiet little pills might be sending the wrong message to your hormones, and now you know better. You can take action smarter, not harder. We'd love to hear from you. Which of these surprised you the most? Have you been taking any of these without knowing the risks? Tell us in the comments. We read everyone. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like. Share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more real health guidance that respects your age and your strength. Because growing older doesn't mean giving up. It means getting wiser with every choice you make.